Hi there YouTube, Big G back again with another video, and first off I want to wish everybody out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I mean, this is one of my favorite times of year. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm still working through the holidays, but the rest of the family's off, and they're thoroughly enjoying themselves. But anyway, I mean, it's a great time of year and a time to reflect back on 2017. And 2017 definitely has been a very interesting year, personally for myself. From a gaming point of view, it's sort of been a bit of a write-off. I've mentioned before that I moved jobs, I moved towns, and obviously I moved houses as well, which meant that I had to pack up my entire gaming collection, all my arcade machines and everything, move it 300-400 kilos, and it's still actually all still in boxes. Little bits and pieces that I've sort of fished out here and there, but otherwise it's still in boxes, it's in a garage, it's in a shed and so forth. And I'm just sitting here in this little make-do study over here in my new house, and so there's not much that I've been able to do when it comes to collecting, modding, repairing or anything like that. So 2017 has basically been a write-off for myself. But 2018 is around the corner, and I'm really looking forward to 2018 from a gaming perspective. Lots going to happen. I've had plans passed for my new gaming room, and it's going to be about 30 square meters, so it's going to be a nice big room, lots of open area, nice work areas that I can actually sit and mod and repair all these wonderful old machines that I like tinkering around with, and also to do a lot more projects around the arcade machines and so forth. So 2018 is going to be a great year from a vintage or retro gaming point of view, and I'm really looking forward to that. So if I had to look back, at the end of each year I always tend to do a little bit of a ramble, a little update of what my favorite pickups were for 2017 or for that current year, and what I'm looking forward to picking up or collecting in the following year. So pickups wise, very, very scarce this year. There's been the odd game here and there, the odd cartridge for the Ataris and so forth, a couple of Spectra video goodies here and there, but nothing really major, nothing to really tick off on a bucket list and say, wow, I've been looking for that. So 2017, like I said, has sort of been a write-off. But 2018, now my bucket list for 2018 is quite extensive, so I've put a little bit of thought into it, and I'd be very interested to hear what your collecting goals are for 2018. So let's just have a look. So starting with consoles. Now I like to collect new consoles, and the one of them that's always piqued my interest that I've never been able to pick up, and it's fortunately not too expensive on eBay, which is probably where I'm going to have to go to actually go and purchase one, is the Amstrad GX4000. Now I have an Amstrad CPC in my collection. I've managed to get it working, but the keyboard doesn't work 100%. I've managed to load up a few games on it and so forth, but I'd love to get an Amstrad GX4000. I think it's got a really great retro look to it. The library of games is not extensive. I think you can get a multi-card for it, so that's probably something that I'd try to get hold of and give that one a go, because it reminds me a lot of the Amstrad machines, which I've really enjoyed, and I'd like to get extend that collection or that part of the Amstrad family. Then another machine, that console that I've been after for a long time, was probably, again, I think I've only ever seen one of them advertised in South Africa, but otherwise it'll also have to be an eBay purchase, is the Atari Jaguar. Atari's swan song, their last machine that they brought out, the Atari Jaguar. Also very retro. I must say it's not the shape. To me, it's one of the uglier consoles. They didn't do a good job when it came to the shape of the console, but I like the name, the Atari Jaguar. I like the color scheme and so forth. I think they could have done a lot more for it, but I'd love to add that to my collection as well. So that's from a console point of view. Handhelds, I've got, I'll always pick up any Game & Watches that I come across and that sort of thing. but they're very, very scarce. But one handheld system that's always I've never been able to actually pick up. I actually never even come across one in South Africa. Again, an eBay eBay purchase will have to do. Would be an Atari Lynx, and it's got a great look to it. Color screen. Might be able to pick up one in Australia, maybe where my sister lives. I have bid on a few of them, but just haven't been fortunate yet to actually pick up one. Then from a computer point of view, I mean, you know that I love my MSX and my Spectra Video computers. Something that is still on my bucket list is a Spectra Video 738 Express. The MSX2 version of the Spectra Video. You know that I love my Spectra Video machines. They're my favorite 8-bits, and I'd love to add one of these, but they're going for ridiculous amounts of money. So I'm not sure how I'm going to actually end up picking up a Spectra Video 738. But you know what? You know, before you know it, one just pops up, and you know, maybe I get lucky somewhere along the line. Then the second computer I'd love to really get my hands on is a MSX2, which is a Spectra Video 738 as well, but one of the Sony or Philips or what, you know, one of the other brands of the MSX2s. I mean, there's so many of them. I've got a couple of games for them already, but I just can't play the things because I don't have an MSX2 machine. So that's from a computer point of view. Repairs and mods. What sort of repairs and mods I'm looking at? Obviously, any computers or any of my machines that I have that are faulty, I'll try and repair. But specifically, I'd like to do a mod or get the mod working for a SD solution for my Spectra Video machines. I have started tinkering around with it, and I think it is possible. There is only one other YouTuber that I know of, or a user that I know of, that's actually got it working. I haven't yet, but I'm definitely going to look forward to getting that up and working. And then I'd love to get one of my Sinclair QLs up and running. I have tried to repair them. It hasn't been successful yet, but I'd love to get one of those machines working. I've got two of them in my collection, but both of them are faulty, unfortunately. And they were on my bucket list, and now that I have the machine, you know, I've got to get a working one. Then from an arcade point of view, now I've got, how many? About 8 arcade cabs already. Some of my favorite games, but there's one that's still after. I haven't come across yet, and I'll either get the board, or if I get the cab, it would even be better. But I doubt that I'll be able to get the cab, so I'm sure it would be the board, and that's Galaxian. I'd love to get hold of Galaxian. You know, I've got Time Pilot, I've got Xerion for the shooters, and my third favorite shooter from back in the day would have been, or is, Galaxian. So I'd love to get a hold of that game. So I've been scouring, you know, the sites and so forth, and who knows, maybe I get lucky there as well. And then modern systems. Now, 2-3 months back, I assisted my son. He wanted a PlayStation 4, so I went halves with him, and so we've got a PlayStation 4 now in the house. I haven't even tried it. Got absolutely no interest in playing the PlayStation 4. But one of the modern systems that I actually do have an interest in is the Nintendo Switch. I'm probably going to pick up one of those. I'm just waiting for the pricing to drop off a little bit, because there's certain games on there that I'd really like to play. You know, Breath of the Wild, and a couple of the other, you know, Nintendo classics on there, the Super Marios and so forth, I'd love to play. So from a modern system perspective, that's probably going to be the one that I'm going to try and get hold of in 2018. Software wise, you know, I want to continue getting any Spectra Video software that I can get my hands on. Same with MSX stuff. And then Ataris. You know, I love collecting the Atari XL or XE carts. You know, I have a lot of them in my collection already, but you know, they're not too expensive, which is what I like. And I've got a couple of systems that I can play them on, which is great as well, because they work on the 600, the 800 XLs, and as well as, you know, the XE systems as well, so which is great. So Atari carts, I'd really like to get my hands on some more Atari carts. Nintendo wise, they so seldom ever get NES or SNES stuff here in South Africa, and you get a lot of Famicom stuff. You know, maybe I'll pick up some more of that, but I've got so much of it already anyway, so it's going to mostly be on the Atari front and the MSX and the Spectra Video stuff that I'm going to really be concentrating on, trying to pick up some more goodies for them. And then from I suppose on a slightly different tact would be programming. You know, just over a year ago I dabbled a little bit with some Spectra Video Basic. I wrote a little basic game, a couple of little routines in there. I've been watching a lot of Tony stuff from Electric Adventures on how to program your own retro game. So I'm really keen on programming my first proper decent retro game, and it will be for the Spectra Video system, and hopefully be able to port it then to the MSX. So I want to dabble in 2018. I want to understand, get to grips with machine code and the different routines, and to be able to write my own retro arcade based off an arcade, more than likely based off an arcade game. It's probably a simple concept, but try to get it smooth and colorful and so forth, and playable. So that's definitely something I want to really look for in 2018. So guys, yeah, just a quick ramble, update. You know, still alive and kicking, still trying to collect stuff and that, but just not able to in 2017. You know, just too much happening in my personal life. At least the family is now all here in the new town that I've moved to, and you know, all in one house again, which is great. The job is going fine, but now I can be able to get my games room up and running hopefully soon. And I would say it's probably February, March, somewhere around there, I'll have finished building my games room. I've had plans passed and so forth. So a proper brick and mortar games room, 30 square meters, you know, tables, shelves, everything is going to be great to be able to design it. And obviously I'll include you guys as well with the design of the games room and how I'm going to put everything out, because it's going to be an exciting time. And yeah, so guys, that's just a quick ramble from me. Like I said, you know, have a great holiday, be safe as well, and cheers from me guys, and remember, keep it retro.